Are you all right?
Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. As today, the fighting's all over, so we're just left to pick up the pieces. Though, of course, once we're done with that, we do still have other things to explore. The catwalks, the forge. So, let's get to it.
The gods. My sister! Dead by Nir's hand! Mana, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's tough, buddy. Look, I mean, I really did want to save her, but unfortunately it seems like the developers inexplicably made it impossible to do. Like, even if you interrupt Nir, it turns out she still just spontaneously combusts.
No.
It's honestly kind of jarring, considering how much player agency they tend to give you in most other cases.
Baldur! I was so worried! Did Nir hurt you?
No, I'm all right. Did the sergeant hurt you?
Oh, who cares? We're together now, thank Iron Hand.
Aw, that's cute.
We ought to thank someone a little closer by, I think. Gaedel Iron Hand you may not be, but you damn well fight like him. I'm grateful, don't mistake me, but why help us? You're one of them, aren't you?
It's complicated. But, you know, the one you should really be thanking is Thula. She's the one who sent me after you in the first place. Well, her and a giant talking mushroom, but like I said, it's complicated.
Glittering gods! I should have known that one was too damn stubborn to die. Here. The Iron Hand gnomes honor their debts. With Wulbren gone, that falls to me.
Make it quick. We need to find Wulbren. Now!
You're a little late, Barkus, my lad. He's already been sent to Moonrise Towers. We were just slave hands to the cult, but not Wulbren. He knows things. Things they want to know, too.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Yeah, no need to dance around it. I already met Philomene. She, kind of left you all over a barrel, by the way. That's why I'm the one rescuing you. She had to take a powder.
Well, then it seems you've saved us twice over. Gods above, she bloody did it. Of course she did. Wulbren has a way of attracting true believers. His quest for rune powder was the latest dream he stuffed in our heads. And he was bloody right. He found it. A small cache sitting down here with a manuscript. He just made sense of the formula when the cult jumped us, so he burned the damn thing. If there's a single copy left, it's sitting in his head. Those absolutists pull it out and make rune powder, they could flatten the whole of the Sword Coast.
Sounds like we should get in there and rescue him before that happens, then.
You really would, wouldn't you? But not us. My people can barely stand, and we have business back in the city. Business that sent us after the powder to begin with. The formula might be gone, but we still have the barrels.
And just like that, you'd leave Wulbren behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel.
If you knew half as much as you think, my lad, Wulbren might have kept you around.
Alright, guys, come on. There's already enough drama without turning on each other. Let's maybe save that energy for rescuing your friend.
And neither will this twit, apparently.
My people will find somewhere to regroup across the lake. Then, on to the city. If you find yourself in Baldur's Gate, seek us out. We'll raise a glass to Wulbren together.
Yeah, that's the spirit. It does seem like it'll be eminently helpful in stopping the destruction of the Sword Coast. But hey, you do you, I guess.
We'll be safe across the Ebon Lake. Then, back to the city, Gaedel Iron Hand willing.
Covered in dust.
How about you, Barkus? You seem like someone worth rooting for.
Is that a bruise there?
Well, you did it.
Yeah, like I said I would. Not sure why you're so surprised.
Nothing good happens in the Underdark. As you know, some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbrin among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. They're not even going after him. I wish I were surprised. And so, to Moonrise Towers I go.
The Gnomish Rights Group? Really? Is that where we're going with this? Never really realized Gnomish oppression was an issue. Dwergar notwithstanding.
Their fight has little to do with freedom and everything to do with power. I told Wulbrin not to go near them. But did he listen? He did not.
Yeah, politics have a way of making everything complicated. Can't say that's an adventure I'm really eager to tackle, but hey, you know I'm headed that way anyway. Why don't you head back to my camp, get some rest. We'll go there together.
Certainly not. In case you haven't been paying attention, my friend has been taken captive. He needs me.
Sure, I get that, but are we seriously going for a hat trick on me having to rescue you? You know, I might not always get there in time.
Ha! I was unlucky twice. The odds of it happening again are very slim. Then again, a small rest might be prudent. Give me time to think. Fine. Show me where to go, and I'll try my luck. I'll have a better chance of rescuing Wulbrin if I'm at my best. And, thank you.
I swear, I'm your husband.
And off he
It's
goes.
my job.
Seems like a nice enough guy. Glad he finally saw some reason.
He did this to you.
We'll chat him up next time we're back at camp.
I got big plans for us. Ain't no one stopping Clan Flameshade.
Cool. Is that it? I mean, you're marked as a merchant, so can I...
I got big plans for us.
Apparently not. Okay, fair enough.
Peldron.
At least some of us are safe. Praise Iron Hand. If only there were more blessings to count.
Yeah, look, I honestly tried, but can't save everyone. Wiki and Myrna among them, apparently.
Please. No.
Okay, so we can loot the Dwergar corpses. We just have to be careful about what else we touch here.
Mina and Wiki. Did they?
Oh, we should also chat up Peren
Over in a flash.
near too, but we'll save him for last.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Oh, forgot my disguise, but looks like she's feeling chatty anyway. You want to tell me about your valuables?
Boots. No. Thief.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, I figured that part out. So, tell me about the people you work for.
True souls. Near. Disciple.
Wait, are those not the same person? Who... Tell me about this disciple.
Srel. Absolute's favorite. Speaks with general.
Oh, is, okay, so Near is the apprentice of Zrel, who is the Absolute's favorite. Zrel must be one of the 3 shadowed figures we saw in one of the earlier cutscenes. And Nier was just a bit part player.
True soul. Cave in. Trapped.
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about that anymore. Well, Thrin, it has been an experience. Anything else you feel like sharing while I've still got you here?
Eleanor Thrin. Sergeant. Absolute.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Cool, thanks. Alright, let's roll the corpses.
No. Lunkbug. Better now.
Hey, my boots. I'll take those.
God. One
Plus a
near. One near.
Ring of Absolute Force, which grants Absolute's Tempest. If the wearer bears the Absolute's brand, they deal 1 additional thunder damage with thunder damage spells and attacks. Also grants Thunder Wave. Nice.
It's not right.
Darkness seems to blossom from this ring, heightened by the menacing glare of the Absolute symbol. Though for the branded, this symbol holds the promise of power. I mean, obviously we won't get any use out of that Absolute Tempest ability, but a once per day Thunder Wave could still come in handy.
We're together. That's what matters.
Oh, snap. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. Hold on. Wow, yeah, I must have accidentally sold him our infernal iron. Thank goodness he dropped it again. That would have made our relationship with Karlach very awkward. My goodness, I gotta be more careful. Takes more than some magic boots to,
What am I to do?
mend this poor gal's heart.
Take you.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Lunkbug. Better now.
Guess we should chat up these other guys too.
One near. One near.
Drugnin drow. Messing with minds. The Hoon deserves what's coming.
Yeah, that seems about right.
You got grit. I'll give you that much.
Thanks, incidental side character.
Not right.
How much farther can I go?
Oh, yeah, and see here, we have to be careful again. The thrown javelins are still inexplicably owned, even though their owner clearly has made no effort to actually recover them.
Nina and Wiki, did they suffer?
It was over in a flash. They're at peace. Not right. Praise on. Not right.
Could have been you. I'm so sorry. I can't bear to think about it.
No signs of any way to easily block off the gas, which seems to be non-flammable, so does make me wonder how we're supposed to reach that door. I'll maybe poke at that off screen, see if I can find some reasonable approach, but we've got the forge today.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Forgot her disguise again. Hey, hi, what were you trying to do here before I, killed you?
Find path to temple. Orders of general.
Interesting, interesting, and what's so important about this particular temple?
General's necromancer. Balthazar.
Balthazar? Another new name.
True soul.
Cool. Thanks for answering a question I didn't actually ask. don't suppose you have some more general information for me?
Absolutes chosen. Moonrise Towers.
So Zrel, Balthazar, and the General. How did you get here from Moonrise Towers?
Faith Passage. Moon Lantern. Drider.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Drider. They are inundating us with new information all of a sudden. Though I suppose we are getting close to the end of Act 1. Relatively speaking, we still have to go back and do the mountain pass. We're definitely not skipping the Gith crash.
The decaying corpse lies before you.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot about this part. Well, this is awkward. Yeah, I guess we were headed that way anyway. Oh, gosh.
The head breaks off cleanly from the drow's body.
Yeah, see, it's stuff like that that really makes me feel like this game could have used a full-fledged sanity system. Nir's head, prideful as he was in life, Nir is just like anybody else in death. Mouth slack, eyes bulging, and flesh that is slowly starting to rot. Guess we'll have to find some time to run this back to the Myconids at some point. Disintegrating Nightwalkers. Can't be enwebbed, entangled, or ensnared, and can't slip on grease or ice. Also grants Misty Step. Wow. Darker than a starless night. Nightwalkers are made for secrecy in the honor of Shar. This particular pair was found deep in the ruins of an underdark fortress. Though the leather is old and the magic is fading, the boots were recently cleaned and oiled with care. That'll make a very nice upgrade for Lae'zel. Also a new tadpole for our cranial aquarium.
Wait, is that a bruise there?
Broken moon lantern. A thick layer of dust coats the bottom of the lantern. Its glass is cracked, its metal bent beyond repair.
An object catches your eye. A lantern, it seems. Though no light flickers within.
Wonder if that's one of those moon lanterns.
A thick layer of dust coats the bottom of the lantern.
Damn. Too broken to help us through the shadows.
Yeah, thanks, Karlach. I got that. Nothing's ever easy.
You see no burner or wick. It was not fuel that lit this lamp, but magic.
Sure, sure.
This is pixie dust, used to illuminate a lamp, or left behind after a pixie's death.
I like the way you phrased that. Like the two are somehow mutually exclusive. Alright, so, seems like our course is pretty clear. We have to replace or repair this thing and find some fresh pixie dust. Yet another multi-step process. Sword of Screams. A magic rapier with plus 1d4 psychic damage. A blade of flawless craft. As it parts the air, you fancy you can hear a faint, whispering shriek.
He did this to you.
Might pass that off to Asterion. That would make a nice intermediate upgrade for him. We will be running with him at some point. Okay, so that door is interactive. Oh, but... Huh. It would appear the temple is... Oh, wait. Oh, that's... Okay, so we clearly have some unique scenery down there, but it's marked as a chasm. Perhaps once we come out to this area, it triggers a cutscene that allows us to descend. Or maybe it is just scenery, and the idea is that the temple is collapsed. That Nier died on a fool's errand, but we'll worry about that later. For now, we have other things to forge our way towards. That said, let's roll back over to where we fought the Herdmaster. Maybe chat with a few folks on the way there.
What a cluster droog.
Yeah, sounds about right. Ooh, hold on. We just glimpsed an unlooted skeleton, but where? Oh, actually, that might be on the catwalk above us, which we're headed towards anyway, so...
What brought it down, you think?
Drugnin near. Glad you offed him. Ain't no one divides the clan and lives to tell the tale.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
The true soul. The battle. Too many distractions. There is still truth to uncover.
You're a man of focus, Kith. I appreciate that. Take care of yourself, bud. Glad I didn't have to kill you. Though in retrospect, I think we did still actually off a couple of Brithvar's men. The two guards on Stick Pit, I think. Possibly the Herdmaster. Though, no, his acolytes were definitely marked as followers of the Absolute. So that would have put them with Thrin. Oof, buddy. That's a lot to shoulder. Ah, yes, and that's where we found those bloody gnomish footprints. Which I guess, in retrospect, must have been Philomene. Speaking of whom, we also have traps ahead, so let's proceed with caution. Oh, incense. Nice. That's like 60 gold. Oh, and even more. Yeah, that's another 120 right there. Oh, wow. Geez. I've gotten so used to vases just always being empty that it's honestly kind of disorienting to suddenly find a bunch of loot in them. Glad I still make a habit of checking them. Otherwise, that's like 200 gold we would have walked by. Orb of Dark Vision.
I wonder what the next move is.
Also, did our light spell go down again?
I've got a long
Oh yeah, that's a huge difference. And there's our traps.
Trap. Time to dance.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I'm ready.
Right there in the wings. But we also theoretically have some mines off to the other side on that fragmented bridge. Oh, there's such an easy pun to make there.
Can't give up now.
But it is wildly inappropriate, and I really shouldn't say it.
One day I'll catch a break.
Speak. Quick.
Sorry, Lake. Didn't actually mean to acknowledge your existence.
My faith will guide me.
And clear those mines. Check that orb.
Best avoid that trap.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So now we can leap back and forth across the void, should we need to.
I must keep going.
Though I'm hard-pressed to imagine why we would. At least at this point. We've already explored the other side. Oh, yeah, and then we've got our obvious route back to the catwalk right there, plus levers. Which I'll bet move this platform to the other side. Which would more or less match what we saw with the other platform back near the forge.
Something's off. Pure shadow. Around me. Inside me. Moving in.
Interesting. Basic utility item, I suppose, for the guards. Yes. Okay.
Looks like a trap there.
Oh, that must be, yeah, that's probably a trigger plate for whatever the gargoyle would have done. I imagine some sort of projectile. And might as well have Shadow do a quick scouting run.
Trap.
Oh, is it going to be every single raised platform? I already see at least one more ahead of us.
Looks like a trap there.
Oh, and that. Interesting. Wonder what that would have done. I mean, it's a brazier, so I guess...
Trap.
I guess some sort of fire trap. Two more ahead of us.
Trap.
Oh, okay. Circle and center is an obvious trigger plate, but I wonder why the one we just walked past didn't light up.
Trap.
My goodness, really? I feel like they may have gone a bridge too far with this particular gauntlet.
Best avoid that trap.
I mean, fortunately, we do have a very adept trap disarmer, but, you know, it's only a matter of time before you roll natural ones. It's a 5% chance per check. No trigger plate here, either. Maybe it was just the center one that would have set off the braziers. Ah. And there's our natural one. Knew it was coming. We also have another gargoyle just behind those bars there. Though it is not trapped. Idol of Shar. Interesting. And a balcony, broken on one side with a chest. Gates locked, but I'd wager we've already picked the key up somewhere along the line.
On I go.
kitchen or dorm, perhaps. Alright, let's bring the rest of the group up. We'll clear that last trap, crack that gate. Grab our idle plaything. Plus that chest, of course. Then those two lower areas. And then onto the catwalk. Should be a straight shot to the forge from there.
Don't waste a step.
Oh, shit. Right, we did have a pressure plate here. Interesting. I guess...
I spotted a trap.
Oh no, it was the other brazier. Okay, let's...
What now?
Let's be careful here. We may have missed something else. Iron key. Might be for a gate up there.
Step carefully. There's a trap. What to do?
Oh, wow. Really? Alright, fair enough. Oh, we have a lever right on the other side. Do we have a... No obvious jump path onto the balcony. But we do have visible gaps in the fence, so we'll just slip right through. Rex?
Trap, this'll be fun.
And yes, we did indeed have a backup projectile launcher. So our time spent on all those trigger plates was not squandered. This would have been a lot more obnoxious had we actually set this thing off. No traps on the idol.
An idol of Lady Shah. It cannot be a coincidence that I found this. All these signs of a Sharan presence. Dark Justiciars.
Sure. Idol of Shar. Carved from black marble, this effigy is as terrible and perfect as the Lady of Loss herself. Halfway decent price tag there. That'll look good with our silver statue of Selûne. Which does make me wish we had a place we could actually put all this stuff on display. I suppose we might also be able to give this to Shadow, but I'd really rather not encourage her Shar worship. Though I do think we'll give her that noble stock, but
these boots have seen everything.
Not until we're ready to rest. The Protecti Spark Wall. Magic clothing with high spellcasting, +1 to spell save DC, and Sparkswell armor, +1 AC and savings throws as long as you have lightning charges. Ooh, that's not bad at all. Ur the Sparkstruck was raised in the Underdark, so they weren't surprised that power begets envy, and envy begets violence. They were prepared. Yeah, that's not bad at all. The Robe of Summer is really kind of a placeholder anyway. I'm not sure we've ever even used that cold resistance. Plus assorted potions, we'll take those too. Phrasing's a little awkward, but I assume that means our spells are harder to resist, right? Because the way it's written, it could also mean we get +1 versus spells. We'll give it a go for a while. Actually, let's clear this platform here first. Looks like it's pretty self-contained. Not seeing any obvious jump paths. Yeah, and I'm going to have to straighten this up real quick. Give me a sec, I'll get this mess back in order. Yeah, we seem pretty clear up here. Nothing else of note, no hidden objects, no chests, just vendor trash. Let's hit the catwalk. We do have a chest over there. Plus those levers, of course, but I imagine that's just a means of crossing to the other side. Aside from just jumping, of course. Might as well check our leverage. Yeah, that makes sense. That's just to get it to the other side. We don't really need that. We'll just bring it back down. And back on boat track. We already explored halfway up this thing, but... Yep, there's that skeleton. The one we glimpsed earlier from down below. Pearl, nice.
Shit. Look up there, would you? That shit. I clean the splatter.
Yeah, I love you guys too. Alright, so if we do use the lever, how would we... We'd be able to get 3 of our characters across that way, but how would we... You know what? Screw it. We'll just vault across. I do worry about sequence breaking at times, you know. Baldur's Gate 3 is in a bit of a weird spot where it simultaneously encourages you to approach a lot of these scenarios creatively. It gives you alternate routes of approach. But if you get too creative, then you can easily end up breaking the order things are supposed to play out in. Anecdotally, I was actually just recently dabbling with getting Pathfinder going again. And we have the exact same problem in that game. Right before we paused that series, we apparently broke a main quest by doing events slightly out of order. So now I have to find some spare time to go back and try to work around that. But, you know, Such is the nature of these games, I suppose. It's what makes me so leery of things like mods. I get a lot of people who recommend them. But at the same time, they're a huge risk, especially when it comes to these longer, more complex games.
Never a dull moment.
That said, I think we'll be fine if we jump across here. It does feel like this is a pretty obvious route that they planned for us to consider.
No time to dally.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Splint armor mold, we'll take that. Oh. Scribbled note. A few sentences regarding a search for Mithril are all that remain on this musty note. Must find new sources. Nearby mithril veins are near depletion, and the quantities required for Brother Silov's most recent project were considerable. Some of the acolytes have taken to calling it Grim for the place it was made, though never within Brother Silov's hearing. Interesting. Sounds like they're obviously setting us up for some very limited mithril supplies. Artificial scarcity forces us to choose which of these items to craft.
Forge your blade in the fires and raise it in the mistress's name.
So this was part of Shar's temple. Interesting. Some viewers suggested the forge might actually predate Shar's temple, but the decor and the notes certainly seem to imply otherwise. Let's see what we've got up here real quick. Nice. I mean, obviously minor in the grand scheme of things, but I just like finding treasure. Ooh. Forge construction log. And what the heck is that? This decaying tome details the scientific and arcane principles behind the Great Forge's construction. The results of multiple experiments are explained in exhausting detail. Hammer Test 25668. The forge is functional, but operating at a scant 1/3 of its full potential. At current fractalization values, the hammer can force various iron alloys into molds, but adamantine remains unmoved and unmarked. Increasing levels of hypotorque to 6.94, doubling magma heat valves. Hammer Test 2670. Test unsuccessful. So hot was the magma that the adamantine shattered entirely under the force of the hammer. The properties of superheated adamantine are intriguing, but I seek to mold it, not to crush it. Maintaining hypotorque levels, reducing magma heat values by 1/5. Oh, please tell me we don't have to actually remember this stuff. Number puzzles are my least favorite. Alright, well, we'll hold on to this for now. Just in case we actually have to reference those numbers. Which I guess means that that weird platform down below might actually be the forge. It does look like a giant pneumatic hammer. Not what I was expecting. You know, given the gear motif around here, I would have expected something a lot more steampunk. like a giant anvil with a cartoonishly huge sledgehammer attached to it, via clockworks and pulleys. Sigil linked. Mace mold. And this is where we would have jumped off if we had followed the catwalk. Though we do have more track further down. We should check that out before we hit the main forge. Sounds like we'll have to scrounge for clues. Speaking of which, an ancient log written in the flowing lines and deep grooves of a fanatic. More numbers, I suspect. Oh, maybe not. Praise be to the Lady of Loss. She has, through Sister Ansar, taught Brother Silov the true nature of our lives, that they are loss, and nothing but loss. Through that sorrowful lesson, he has turned from his fame and following, and come to us, into the Lady's loving embrace. But he has not yet left everything behind. The man once known as Silov Yali brings with him his miracles of metallurgy. This dark alloy, adamantine, will let us spread the Dark Lady's will with new fervor. Well, I guess that puts that question to rest. Yeah, this is definitely a Sharan forge. They apparently converted Silov Yali, and then he came here to build a forge for them, I assume. I mean, yeah, we've got like full-blown Sharan statues worked into the load-bearing pillars. That's not the sort of thing you do on a whim. Though I suppose you could argue that that stuff was all added by Ketheric Thorm's guys, the second wave of Sharans, who tried to restore this place. Oh, snap. Ah, animated armors. That's cute. Okay, fair enough. You know what? Nice to actually get a fight in here, even if it is a relatively small one. Let's do this. We'll have Rex pin this one down.
Can't give up. Not now.
Looks like they've deliberately positioned these guys to make them hard to target from where combat triggered. Nice tag.
Well, so much for peace.
And let's get Lae'zel in there. With any luck, she can hold their attention whilst the rest of the party finds a better angle. We also want to be careful not to accidentally knock any of these guys into the lava, just in case they're carrying something important.
Taking position.
Since, as aforementioned, I imagine they're going to very deliberately short us on Mithril. Nice. Come at me.
Still on my feet.
And bring up the rest.
my way.
Done.
Oh, nice.
On my word. Covered.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. We'll have to go full heal to get up there. But let's go ahead and finish this guy off first.
Handy.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Clickety clack. Nice tag. And we're good.
I will ascend.
I got this. Easy.
Oh. Alright, let's get the rest in.
Survival is all that matters. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Lovely. And nothing really notable on loot, it seems. Ooh. But we do have an area down there we can actually jump to, and that metallic protrusion looks very distinct. That might actually be mithril. Oh, it's going to be a pain to navigate that. I'll have to study the terrain before we mess with that. Which is just as well. We are almost out of time anyway. Yeah, see, we can see timed obstacles back there too, along what seems to be a precarious jumping path. So the impression I'm getting here is that we've got some scattered mithril deposits out amongst the lava, which we'll have to navigate if we want to actually craft anything. Though we still have the mysterious Forge Guardian as well. No telling where that thing's hidden. The implication was that its weak point was magma, so I imagine near magma. But it might also be down near the hammer, which I suppose is all the more reason not to go down there just yet.
Centuries of blazing heat have smoothed away the plaque's inscription.
And yet more precarious jumping paths with another obvious ore deposit right there. So we have at least 2. Plus, I imagine some other general caches. That's a whole thing. A lot more involved than I thought it would be. Well, at least this one seems obvious. It's really those timed obstacles down there I'm worried about. Getting one person past those might not be too difficult, but a whole party would definitely be an issue. But yes, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, figure out what we're doing here. And we will pick up here next time, as things get a little thermalicious. Not my best wordplay, but I'll take the heat. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, Theory V23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
I wish I was surprised.